Welcome back, folks. Joining us now is Andy Atkinson. She is the Director of Marketing and Public Relations for Marine Military Academy. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit. You all have an upcoming event next weekend. It's going to be great. Next Sunday, Saturday at 10 a.m.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about what can we expect?
Sure. Well, on Saturday, February 17th at 10 a.m., just as you said, we are having the Iwo Jima Parade. And we're the only organization in the country that I'm aware of that actually holds the Iwo Jima Parade.
Right.
Because in most of the country, it's too cold to have an outdoor parade in February. So we're going to have the Iwo Jima Parade, which we hold annually. And the beauty of this event is that is the event where most of the World War II veterans come out. And I don't think people realize that we don't have very many World War II veterans any longer. And the ones that do show up are well into their 90s. So as a matter of fact, at last year's parade, we had 13 show up, and 8 of them were survivors of Iwo Jima.
Wow.
Of the Battle of Iwo Jima, I should say.
Yes.
So that is what the parade is about. It is to remember the battle that took place 73 years ago, but it's also to remember those men that are still with us. And it's an opportunity for many people after the parade to go and thank them, because that's what happens.
They get to see them firsthand in person. Now, does this bring out veterans from all over? I know we have a lot of Winter Texans that come down and visit, but of course, have you seen people just come out of state to make an appearance, to kind of be there? And
we have had Iwo Jima survivors. There's one gentleman who comes from out of state every year to come to our parade because it's that special to him. And of course it is special because also you have to remember MMA is the home of the Iwo Jima Monument.
Yes.
And that statue depicts 6 Marines who raised the flag on Mount Suribachi. And of course, where was that? That was on the island of Iwo Jima. So it's just a very special place, not just for the World War II veterans, but for all veterans, for all Americans. It's a historic icon. It's history, and so a lot of people, it's just a very special place for them to come to a parade.
Most definitely, and that monument is so special in itself. So let's talk a little bit about this wonderful, you can't miss it. You know you're in the right spot when you're driving in.
Absolutely. You cannot miss the Iwo Jima Monument. MMA, for those who have never been to Marine Military Academy, we are located in Harlingen. We are right next to Valley International Airport. And as you said, because you've been there, you can't miss it. You're going to see a big, magnificent statue in the sky with a flag over it. That is the Iwo Jima Monument, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful, and that's exactly where the parade is. A lot of people don't realize why we have, Harlingen has this historic piece. I mean, why of all places did this historic treasure end up in Harlingen? And that's where a very interesting story comes up. The flag raiser, there's a flag raiser, they were all Marines, but the flag raiser at the base of the flagstaff, his name was Corporal Harlan Block. Harlan Block, you know, guess his hometown. Guess where his hometown?
Where it could be?
We are sitting right now in his hometown because he was from Weslaco, Texas. So there was other reasons, but that was one of the big reasons MMA became the home of the Iwo Jima Monument, because we had a South Texan, someone from the Rio Grande Valley at Iwo Jima.
And there's always that connection, no matter in where, what time, you know, what place, there's always that connection to the Rio Grande Valley of some sort.
Oh, absolutely. It is amazing, and I don't think people even realize it. So we encourage everyone to come out to the parade, because if you haven't been to a parade, you should.
Yeah, of course.
Our cadets are extremely impressive. Even though they are cadets, they are not real Marines. Even though they live with Marines, they're not actual Marines. They're not enlisted, but you would never know differently by seeing them march on the parade.
Definitely. And how do they participate in the parade?
Oh, absolutely. They're the ones doing all the marching. They're the ones doing the saluting. They're the ones honoring all of our veterans. And though they honor all our veterans, the Iwo Jima survivors actually have a special seat on the parade ground. They're actually standing out because we are remembering the Battle of Iwo Jima. But the World War II veterans are also have special seating in the parade stand. The point being is that you should just go. Really, it's on a 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday. You're not waking up super early. You should really see a wonderful military parade, and you should also just go just to meet these wonderful, amazing men who fought for our country way back then. And it's just a wonderful event. And it's amazing all the people that turn out, people of all ages. So,
of course. And why, I mean, of course it's so special, but to continue to do this year after year and to honor veterans and to do this, why is it so, I think it's so important to kind of keep that especially here in the Valley, and while we can do it and tend to
Exactly.
cultivate our history. And
Well, we have so many veterans, really. I don't think we really realize it. I think you've been to our Veterans Day Parade, and it's amazing how many veterans show up to that, and you don't even realize how many veterans are right here in the Rio Grande Valley. So MMA will always continue to do these parades, because we also remember history, and we also remember sacrifices that other people made for us. And that's what's really important. And so it's just, we encourage anyone to show up. And it does start at 10 a.m. sharp. So I always recommend for people to arrive at least 20 minutes early.
Most definitely. And the bleachers do get packed themselves too. It gets, a lot of people do come out.
Yes, so many people, especially winter Texans, because this is very fascinating to them. But we get people local, we got them from far away, we get them from all over. So I also recommend that you may also want to bring your own lawn chair to make yourself more comfortable. And again, because the seats fill up pretty quickly.
Most definitely. And hopefully we'll have some pretty great weather that day as well.
Let's hope, let's hope. There have been times where if it's rained too much, we've had to cancel the event, but hardly ever, or if it's too cold, we cannot hold it, but that has hardly happened. We normally try to do it rain or shine or whatnot, because you only get this event once a year.
Exactly, it's very important. Well, thank you so much, Andy, for coming on the show this morning. I can't wait. I'm going to have to make my way out there.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. All right, folks, thank you so much for tuning in this Sunday morning. We hope you'll tune in next weekend.